sa ga ma ni da ma ga ma ni da ma ni ni sa ga ma ga ma ga ri ni sa ni sa madhura geetam ga ma ga ri sa ni sa ni sa ga ri sa ga ma ni da ma ni sa ma ga ri sa ma ga ri. कलये सुन्दराकारं सदैकप्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं मुरलीधरं मुरलीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिजनमोहनम् व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेमभक्तमण्डलनित्यकीर्तितं श्रीप्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम्.
Namaskaram. Spirit of Margazhi Utsav presents Margazhi Mosaic. It was a chill winter evening in Delhi in December. Bhumi was a third-year student in Delhi University and was just coming back home from her extra classes. As she entered her home, she heard the familiar song that her mother always listened to this time of the year. மார்கழி திங்கள் மதி நிறைந்த நன்னாளால், மார்கழி திங்கள் மதி நிறைந்த நன்னாளால், நீராட போதுவீர் பொதுமினோ நேரெழையீர், நீராட போதுவீர் பொதுமினோ நேரெழையீர், சீர்மல்குமாய் பாடி செல்வ சிறு மீர்கால், கூர்வேல் கொடுந்தோழிலன் நந்தகோபன் குமரன், கூர்வேல் கொடுந்தோழிலன் நந்தகோபன் குமரன். Amma, why do you always listen to this song, especially this time of the year? Amma looked at Bhumi and said, "It's all to do with Margazhi and Madras." "You mean Chennai?" "For you it is Chennai, Kanna, but for me it will always be Madras." I have so many memories of spending this month. You know, Amma Appa used to send me, that is your Tata Party, used to send me always to Madras. We had this old uncle and auntie who used to love feeding me and take me to all sorts of places. Kanna, you won't understand. Amma, make me understand, no? Because I always see you tearing up even at the mention of Margazhi. Margazhi is all about, you know, the song that I was just singing along. It is Tirupavai. It's written by this Alvar, one of the 12 Alvars, the only woman. It's called Tirupavai and she wrote it. And this is the first Tirupavai, and I always start my Margazhi just listening to this, and I love to listen to her every day. But let me tell you the story of Andal. So, Andal was discovered, I'll tell you by whom. This was Vishnu Chittar. He was Periyalvar. Vishnu Chittar, also known as Periyalvar, used to live in this place called Srivilliputhur in Tamil Nadu. Every day he used to do his Kaingaryam, meaning his offering to Perimal. Now he wanted to do something very unique, so he used to pluck the flowers, the choicest, the beautiful flowers from his garden and string them into a beautiful garland and offer it to his Perimal. One such day when he was plucking flowers, Bhumi was listening completely, without any other distraction to her mother. When he was plucking the flowers, he saw a little baby girl under a tulasi plant. He picked her up. She was the most beautiful child he had ever seen, and he looked at her curls And he said, this must be a gift from God. She's Mahalakshmi herself. And he called her Kodai because she had curls. And he started raising her as his own. And as she grew up, you know what he fed her with? A daily dose of stories about Krishna. இன்னைக்கு கண்ணன் என்ன சாப்பிட்டார் தெரியுமா? வெண்ணெய். இன்னைக்கு கண்ணன் என்ன சாப்பிட்டார் தெரியுமா? மண்ணு. And little Kodai was so taken in by these beautiful stories of Krishna that she started falling in love with Krishna himself. Days went by. She started even going to the temple, and she started looking at the garland which her father would so beautifully string together. She started putting on the garland herself, and she looked at the mirror and she said, what if I get married to the Lord? This is how I look, and then that is how you will look. She did this every day. And one day, Vishnu Chittar saw a long strand of hair in the garland, and he immediately found out. He knew it, that it has to be Kodai's. And he told Kodai, this is not done. You cannot do this. I'll have to string a garland again. And he strung another garland. You know, something strange happened that day in the temple. The Lord, he rejected the garland. Everybody was stunned. That night, Lord himself came in the dreams of Vishnu Chittar and told him, what you've done is not right. I want the same garland that your daughter wore. Please offer that garland to me. Vishnu Chittar couldn't believe. He said, she is no ordinary child. And since then, she was called Andal, the one who ruled over the Lord. Sudi kodutha sudarkudi. So from then on, Vishnu Chittar was worried. She is going to be of marriageable age. Where do I find a groom for her? And he started narrating the Kalyana Gunas of 108 deities to Andal. Andal also listened. And when it came to the Saundarya Guna of Lord Ranganatha, she was awestruck. She was smitten. She was in love. She told her father, I want to get married to Lord Ranganatha. That night again, Vishnu Chittar had a dream. Lord Ranganatha himself came in the dream and he said, look no further. Don't trouble yourself. Just get Andal to my Sannidhi, to Srirangam, and I will marry her. And you know what Lord Ranganatha did? Lord Ranganatha called all the Sthanikas and said, go, get my bride from Srivilliputur in a palanquin, and I will get married to her. Remember to get her in all royalty. And that's exactly what happened. Vishnu Chittar took Andal in all gaiety and pompous in a palanquin as a bride. And you know what happened there, Bhumi? Bhumi was, yes, Amma, what happened? As soon as she entered the temple and she saw Lord Ranganatha, she just merged with him. And that's it. That's how Andal became one with her God. And Bhumi said, what a beautiful story, Ma. Yes. Now you understand why I immerse myself in Tirupavai every December. She kept Nonbu for all these 30 days, and these 30 verses she sang. She sang to attain her Lord, the Lord of her dreams. Bhumi said, Amma, I think I am going to Chennai. Huh? I have a long weekend coming. 2 days, Ma. Let me go and experience Margazhi and come. Sure, why not? Her mother said. Go, but you're going alone. There's nobody there. Chennai will look after you. I'm in my Madras. And as she was in the flight, she saw the in-flight magazine and it said Spirit of Margazhi. Oh, Margazhi here also. She landed in Chennai and the cool breeze of December just touched her cheeks. And she said, why do people say Chennai is hot? It's quite cool. And she said, I am going to take the metro. She was a young girl and she had a backpack and she got the metro. She got the metro and she got an aerial view of a city that was just waking up. It was still early morning, very early morning. She got down at Teinampet, a metro station. Madam, where do you want to go? She walked towards the auto. My name is Kabali. Anna, in the lodge ku dhaan ponom. As they were nearing the lodge, she suddenly saw a group of people coming towards her, singing, One elderly gentleman had a harmonium, somebody else had a kinnaram. You know what they were singing? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bhumi was looking at them saying early this morning. And then Kabali says, Ma, Bhajana Mandali, they are all coming towards. This happens in Margazhi. Everybody gets up early in the morning. And suddenly, one lady comes and she says, my name is Ambujam. What is yours? Bhumi. I've just come from Delhi. Oh, Delhi lenda? Margazhi first time, ah? She said, yes, it's first time for me. See those ladies? They are putting kolam, beautiful kolams there. That kolam, that is called Brahmamudi kolam. You start and you don't stop till the end. No, that man who was leading the bhajane, that is my husband. He and I got married because I put very nice kolam. Okay, nice meeting you, ma. All the best. Huh? Bhumi then turns towards Kapali and said, how much, Anna? Why, ma? Yella suthi paaka venda? Margazhi, Kacheri, Sabha. She said, yeah. Okay, so I'll freshen up and have some breakfast. No. No breakfast here. I will take you to Sabha. In Sabha itself, you can have breakfast. Kabali took her to the nearest Sabha. As she entered, Vanamali Radharamana Giridhari Govinda Neelamegha Sundara Narayana Govinda Bhakta Hridaya Mandara Kamakoti Sundara Nanda Nanda Gopa Brinda Narayana Govinda Narayana Govinda. She was totally mesmerized and she started humming and going towards the place where they were serving breakfast. Narayana Govinda. And she hummed and she sat down just next to a couple. And that lady turns around and she said, this is what Margazhi does. Everybody starts singing. And she said, yes, my name is Bhumi. He said, my name is Dhanalakshmi. This is my husband. Margazhi is all about soaking in the divinity. Auntie, can I ask you one more question? Kabali, my auto driver, was mentioning that there is this caterer called Mountbatten Money. Is it true? Yes, there is a story for that also. You see, when Lord Mountbatten had come to Madras, he was staying at the governor's house. And Mr. Money, he sent in silverware various items. Bisibela bath, bagala bath, chepangarga roast, urle roast, badam halwa. And all of this was greatly appreciated by Lord Mountbatten himself. He loved the taste. And guess what? He gave Mr. Money the title. So that's how there is Mountbatten Money. So many stories, Auntie, I can't believe. Just then, Dhanalakshmi's husband said, Inna, Music Academy po vendama. There is this kacheri. Would you like to come with me, Bhumi? And Bhumi said, sure, why not? And all of them went to Music Academy. Music Academy, as they entered, Tanvida Maharasi Sarum Pode Nalum Samayam Nidevasi Initamadam Seya Agadil Redir Pesi Rama 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 Yendredir Pesi. And as the audience filled the hall with their applause, Bhumi was so taken in by the way the singer was, and she was thankful to Dhanalakshmi auntie for having brought her to Music Academy. And after that, she had nice filter coffee. She asked Kapali Anna, what next? He said, wait, I have to really take you through the stretch of our beach. And she said, oh, I'd love that. And he took her through the entire stretch of the beach, the lighthouse. And as they were going round, she said, can I listen to one more concert? He said, sure. And he took her to Ardagana Sabha, where there was another performance. And after that, she was hungry. And he said, madam, if you don't mind, You have to stand in a queue, but super yella saapadu in Mylapore Fine Arts. She said, of course. And they stood in a really long queue, but she had her heart full because she had this sumptuous yella saapadu. And I've had a really long day. He said, mama, now you take rest. And he dropped her back to the lodge. And he said, ma, tomorrow morning, okay, 8 a.m. then. He said, sure. And next day morning, 8 a.m., Kabali comes. But there is no sign of Bhumi. He calls in panic and he says, Amma, I am here in the lodge. Where are you? And she said, so sorry, Anna. I got up early and actually joined the Bhajana group and I am here at Kapalishwarar Kovil. Appadi Amma, you stay there only, I am coming. When he came there and he saw Ambujam Mami and Bhumi talking to each other and taken some beautiful pictures of the Bhajana group, of the temple, of the surroundings that made that place so special. And then he said, today I will treat you for breakfast, ma, in one very special place. She said, where? One more sabha. No. Oldest mess here, ma. Upagambal mess. Where adai aviyal you have to eat. Adai aviyal in the morning, ah. So what, ma? Come. And they had really a good, very good breakfast, followed with filter coffee, of course. And then Kabali said, if you don't mind, ma, I have a small request. She said, yes, tell me. My house is very close. Can you come with me? My wife and my daughter will be very happy to meet you. She said, of course, why not? And she hopped into the auto and he took her through some small lanes and there was his house, a humble house. And as they entered, he introduced his very beautiful wife called Kannamma and his young daughter Lakshmi. And Kannamma said, please sit down. And the first thing she offered to Bhumi was Mylapore. She said, wow. She even put it in Bhumi's hair with some slide to that. Kabali said, you know, ma, I took you to sabhas and all. I don't sing and all. But my wife, Kannamma, super singer she is. Kannamma was like, what are you saying? No, please sing, no. Ma, would you like to listen? And Bhumi said, of course, I'd love to listen to you, Kannamma. Please, can you sing for me, please? Kannamma looked at Bhumi. She looked at Kapali for approval and Kapali was all excited. Sing. She cleared her throat and she sang. Ta-na-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na-na. Govindan kaatpatta குடும்பம் அம்மா எங்கள் குடும்பம் கூடி கூடி பேசிடுவோம் ஆடி ஆடி கழித்திடுவோம் அடியார்களை தேடி தேடி ஓடி ஓடி பணிந்திடுவோம் கோவிந்தனுக்கு ஆட்பட்ட குடும்பம் அம்மா எங்கள் குடும்பம் தன்னநானா 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 தந்தனனா தந்தனனா. And she shied away and Bhumi just got up in impulse and hugged Kannamma and she said, how beautifully you sing, Kannamma. I had tears in my eyes and Kannamma said, you're being very nice to me. She said, no, can you sing that once more? And I'd like to record it. I want my mother to listen to this. And she sang and she recorded. And you know what Bhumi did? She took some very nice pictures on her DSLR of the entire family. Kabali, Kannamma and their daughter Lakshmi. And of course, some selfies were taken too. And after that, Kannamma said, have you seen this pocket diary? He said, diary? It's got full list. You must take this and show it to your Amma. She'll be very happy. She said, yes. Can you spare a copy? She said, yes. I hope you've seen our dance performance. She said, no, I have not seen any dance performance. Kannamma turned to Kabali. Enga? You've not taken her for a dance performance yet? She said, no, it's okay. I think we'll get delayed. No. It's very close here. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. There is a dance recital now. Please, Kabali, please take her. Kabali said, yes, ma, we have time. One item at least you must see. And as Kabali was leaving and Bhumi was leaving along with him, she just turned back and told Kannamma, this is such a beautiful experience. Mylapore, Margazhi, I'll never forget. And off she went to Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. the dancer came and took her place under the spotlight. It was so beautiful for Bhumi to look at. Krishnani begani baro, Krishnani begani baro. Bhumi just lost herself as the dancer who had explained what would happen in the course of the recital. She just looked at the dance and she could only see Krishna and the Gopikas and every single thing that she had explained. Bhumi, she didn't want to leave the hall, but she had to. She quietly nudged Kapali and both of them came out and she said, Anna, I think it's time for me to go to the airport. And Kapali said, yes ma, please sit. And they drove to the airport. And as they were nearing the airport, she stopped Kapali and she said, can you just stop the auto for 2 minutes? And he said, what ma? You forgot something? She said, no, I wanted to show you something. And she quickly took out her DSLR and showed him some beautiful pictures that she had taken of him and his family. Kapali's eyes welled up and he said, nobody has taken such wonderful pictures of me, ma. But I really wanted to thank you, Kapali, because I had such a wonderful 1.5 days just experiencing Margazhi and soaking in everything that Margazhi stands for. Kapali Anna said, Nalladu ma, nalladu. And he drops her at the airport. Bhumi is now on the flight. And there is a kutti little flashback she does and she says, what a beautiful 1.5 days. I met Kapali Anna, I met Ambujam Mami, she taught me about Kolam, then I met Dhanalakshmi Ma, I heard Nama Sankirtanam, I heard the beautiful songs by those Carnatic musicians and I also saw some mesmerizing dance and Kannamma's, that rendition of that folk song, how she sang. And she thanked each one of them again in her mind for making her Margazhi experience so magical. This was Bhumi's Margazhi Trails, a mosaic of events that led her to believe that Margazhi was indeed special, just like what her mother had told her. And she promised herself that she would bring back her Amma and go through this entire experience for a longer period of time. So, that was Margazhi Mosaic, which Bhumi experienced. And I hope each one of you watching this get to experience Margazhi sometime. Spirit of Margazhi Utsav presents Rise of Margazhi Edition 4 featuring Madhura Geetams, divine set of compositions by His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Sri Muralidhara Swamiji along with other traditional treasures. Not just Carnatic music, but also featured this year is Hindustani classical music, Bharatnatyam performances, along with other divine offerings like kolam and storytelling. In the classical music performances, we have new artists who will be offering Madhura Geetams for the first time on this platform. Trishur Brothers, Vidushi Kaushiki Chakravarti, Vidushi Jayanti Kumaresh, Vidwan P. Unnikrishnan along with his daughter Uttara Unnikrishnan and Vidwan Karthikayya. You would have already experienced the brilliant offerings by Anita Guha's Bharatanjali, Harini Jivita, Divya Ravi and Medha Hari in the previous editions of Rise of Margazhi. Joining them this year is Punya Dance Company, featuring Vidwan Pashwanath Upadhyay along with Vidushi Shruti Gopal and Vidwan Aditya PV. One of the major highlights of this year's Rise of Margazhi is the presentation of Sri Sri Muralidhara Swamiji's magnum opus Kalidharma Undiyar. This has been ideated and conceptualized by Padma Bhushan Sangeeta Kalanidhi Vidushi Sudha Raghunathan along with 1008 school children from across Chennai. You heard that right. 1008 school children from across Chennai. Last but not the least, Rise of Margazhi takes immense pride and pleasure in showcasing our timeless tradition. This year, the focus is on Ayurveda's timeless tradition in the form of a docufilm titled Harmony of Healing. And then there will be the ever popular audience engagement section, Notes and Dots, columns intertwined with music. Here's hoping that all of you have a wonderful Margazhi season from all of us at Rise of Margazhi. Namaskaram.
ரைஸ் ஆஃப் மார்கழியின் 2023-2024 ஆண்டின் நோட்ஸ் அண்ட் டாட்ஸுக்கு எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். நோட்ஸ் அண்ட் டாட்ஸோட அமைப்பு எப்படின்னா, நோட்ஸ் அதாவது கேட்பதற்கு ஒன்று, அப்புறம் டாட்ஸ் அதாவது பார்ப்பதற்கு ஒன்று, இன்னும் துல்லியமா சொல்லணும்னா ஒலியும் ஒளியும். இந்த வருஷம் கோலம் ஒன்று வடிவெடுக்கவே பின் ஒலியாக ஒரு பாடல் கொடுக்கப்படும். கோலமும் பாடலும் நீங்களே சொல்லிட்டா அப்புறம் நாங்கள் என்ன கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுன்னு கேட்குறீங்களா? அது என்னன்னா, இந்த பாடலாக வருவது புனிதமான இதிகாச புராணங்கள்லேருந்து குறிப்பிட்ட சில சர்க்கங்கள், சில அத்தியாயங்கள், சில ஸ்தோத்திரங்கள் அல்லது சில பாசுரங்களில் இருந்து 2 வரிகள். எடுக்கப்பட்ட அந்த 2 வரிகள் காதுக்கு ஒரு பாடலாகி வர, அதே பாடல் கண்ணுக்கு ஒரு கோலமாகி வடிவெடுக்க, அந்த வரிகள் எந்த ஸ்தோத்திரம் என்றும் அதை அருளியது யார் என்றும் நீங்க சொல்லணும். த கம்போசர் அண்ட் த காம்போசிஷன். ஒரு உதாரணத்துக்கு, சம்பத்கராணி சகலேந்திரிய நந்தனானி சாம்ராஜ்ய தான விபவானி சரோருஹாக்ஷி த்வத்வந்தனானி துரிதா ஹரணோத்யதானி மாமேவ மாத்தர நிஷம் கலயந்து மானியே. இதை பாடலாகியும் கோலமாகியும் நீங்கள் பார்க்க, கனகதார ஸ்தோத்திரம் அருளியது ஸ்ரீ ஆதிசங்கராச்சாரியர்னு நீங்கள் சொல்லணும். தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்படும் வெற்றியாளருக்கு தி லைட் அப் ஸ்டோர்லேருந்து ஒரு அழகான கிஃப்ட் ஹேம்பர் பரிசாக வழங்கப்படும். கண்ணுக்கு கோலம், காதுக்கு கானம்னு லெட்ஸ் லைட் அப் ourselves this time with Rise of Margazhi Notes and Dots. வளரட்டும் மார்கழி, மலரட்டும் மார்கழி, அடைவோம் சரணாகதி.
ஹரே ராம 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 ஹரே ஹரே, ஹரே கிருஷ்ண 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 ஹரே ஹரே, ஹரே ராம 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 ஹரே ஹரே, ஹரே கிருஷ்ண 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 ஹரே ஹரே.